In the video game Predator Hunting Grounds, there's a knife that humans can equip. It's called the Skull Cleaver, and the description says this: large, badass blade that once belonged to a legend. There's a few theories on who this belonged to. First, let's look at a few characters outside of the Predator franchise. In Commando, the blade does look similar, but the handle and the crossguard are different. Some people said it was similar to the one used by Rambo, but there's a bunch of them and they don't really match this one. I went to check Predators from 2010 and Predator 2 in 1990, but I was not able to find anyone using a knife like the Skull Cleaver, unless if I missed it somewhere. So let's go back to Predator from 1987. Dutch actually has two knives, and they both have designs that do not match the Skull Cleaver. The one he used when setting up the trap was the small knife. I looked at Billy's knife. He also has two of them, and they both seem to match the ones that Dutch had. Then I went to look at Mac's knife. This one here does have serrated parts on one side of the blade, but the last part is too short, and also the length of the blade is smaller than the Skull Cleaver. Mac would also use a very large knife, but this was the same one that Dutch used. So after going through the scenes showing knives in the first movie, I was unable to make any match, so maybe it's from another source, unless if I missed it somewhere else. But if you know where the Skull Cleaver is from, tell me in the comments. I did check the story of Dutch's brother encountering a predator, but the knife he used in the first story was different. And I did look at the two other stories in Cold War and Dark River, but no match there. Then I went to check out the story of Predator Hunters, which John appeared in, but no matching knife there. John also appeared in the story of Predator: The Last Hunt, but no matching knife was found in that story either. I did check the three stories of Theta Berwick, but again, there was no Skull Cleaver there. So my search continued, and I was going through many comic book stories that were only about the Predator, so I excluded Aliens vs. Predator, so it might be in there somewhere, not sure. It says it belonged to a legend, so I'm not sure what other person that could be. So maybe it's from another source that I have not looked at or I have not found, but for all we know, it could just be a made-up story for the weapon in the game. The idea of feeding off pigs to regenerate HP in the game could have been taken from the first movie where Mac took down a pig or a wild boar. They also had wild boars in the story of Big Game, so maybe that was also used as inspiration. When the Pred activates the self-destruct bomb in the first movie, I tried to match the symbols on the wrist computer, but this is all I found. And the other one seems to have symbols that don't match any numbers or letters in lowercase or uppercase. It seems like this could have been the first iteration of the symbols, so these might not be 100% accurate. I did find some similar matches, but with slightly different angles on them. In the 2010 Predators movie, Mr. Black would use his biomask to scan for Royce, and we see these symbols on screen, but it seems these are all random symbols and not everything was translatable. But as you can see, this is all random, and it seems like there was no intention to put a message here. So that's it for this short video, just a few topics I want to cover. If anyone knows where the Skull Cleaver is from, just tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching, I will see you later.
Ha ha ha!